Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. A cathedral of speed, history, and innovation. For more than 6 decades, this track has been the stage for some of motorsport's most unforgettable moments. But how did it come to be? And why has it remained one of the most iconic venues in racing history? Before the Speedway even existed, Daytona Beach itself was already synonymous with speed. Beginning in the early 1900s, the wide, hard-packed sands of Daytona Beach became a proving ground for land speed record attempts. Legendary drivers like Barney Oldfield, Malcolm Campbell, and Henry Segrave pushed the limits of early automobiles here. In fact, from 1903 until the late 1930s, nearly every world land speed record was set on those beaches. By the 1930s, stock car racing began to flourish in Daytona. Local mechanic and racing promoter Bill France Sr. saw the potential. He staged beach road course races, with half the track running along the Atlantic shoreline and the other half winding back on paved roads. These races became famous, but they were also chaotic, with sand blowing into engines, tides disrupting the surface, and limited room for fans. By the late 1940s, France knew that to make stock car racing bigger, it needed a permanent home. Bill France Sr., founder of NASCAR in 1948, dreamed of building a superspeedway unlike anything else in the world. His idea was bold, a massive paved oval that could handle higher speeds, bigger crowds, and more spectacular racing than the old beach road course. Construction began in 1957 on a swampy 480-acre plot of land just a few miles inland from the beach. It wasn't easy. Workers had to move millions of cubic yards of earth, create drainage lakes, and deal with shifting sand. The banking was revolutionary. 31 degrees in the turns, the steepest ever built at the time. It was so steep that bulldozers had to be winched up by cables to pour the asphalt. The design made speeds of over 150 miles per hour possible, staggering for the 1950s. The track measured 2.5 miles, with a tri-oval front stretch designed to give fans better views. The idea of the tri-oval was unique at the time, breaking away from traditional oval layouts. Daytona International Speedway opened on the 22nd of February 1959 with the very first Daytona 500. Nearly 42,000 fans packed the stands to see history. That inaugural race ended in spectacular fashion. Lee Petty and Johnny Beauchamp crossed the line side by side in a photo finish so close that it took officials 3 days to declare Petty the winner. From that moment, Daytona was solidified as the crown jewel of NASCAR. Winning the Daytona 500 wasn't just another victory, it was a career-defining moment. Through the 1960s, Daytona quickly became the place where stock car legends were born. Fireball Roberts, Junior Johnson, and Cale Yarborough all left their marks. In 1967, Mario Andretti, more known for open-wheel racing, captured the Daytona 500, showcasing the race's broad appeal. The 1970s brought bigger names and bigger moments. Richard Petty earned multiple Daytona 500 wins, cementing his nickname as the King. In 1979, the Daytona 500 made history again, this time off the track. A massive snowstorm on the East Coast kept millions indoors, and CBS aired the race flag to flag for the first time. Fans witnessed the now famous last lap crash, between Donnie Allison and Cale Yarborough, followed by a fistfight on the infield grass. That broadcast is often credited with launching NASCAR into the national spotlight. Daytona also became a testing ground for innovation and safety. After numerous high-speed accidents, restrictor plates were introduced in 1988 to keep speeds under control, following Bill Elliott's 210 miles per hour qualifying run in 1987. That record still stands as the fastest official lap in NASCAR history. The late 1980s and 1990s gave fans some of Daytona's most iconic moments. Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s struggles and heartbreaks at the track, the Intimidator, coming agonizingly close to victory year after year. Then, in 1998, after 20 years of trying, Earnhardt finally won the Daytona 500. The sight of every pit crew member lining up along pit road to congratulate him remains one of the sport's defining images. The 2001 Daytona 500 brought both triumph and devastating loss. Michael Waltrip earned his first ever Cup Series win, driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. But just seconds earlier, Earnhardt himself was fatally injured in a crash on the final lap. His death shocked the racing world and forever changed NASCAR. In its aftermath, the sport introduced sweeping safety reforms. The Hans device became mandatory, safer barriers were installed, and car design evolved to prioritize driver protection. Daytona also became home to more than just NASCAR. The track hosts the Rolex 24 at Daytona, one of the most prestigious endurance races in the world, and it has seen international racing legends like A.J. Foyt, Jeff Gordon, and even Formula One champions compete. In July 2013, the Speedway itself underwent a transformation. The $400 million Daytona Rising renovation project, completed in 2016, turned the grandstands into a modern, stadium-like facility with 101,500 permanent seats, new concourses, escalators, and improved fan amenities. Daytona remains a centerpiece of NASCAR's calendar, with two major races every year: the Daytona 500 in February and the Coke Zero Sugar 400 in the summer. The track also continues to host motorcycle races, sports car endurance events, and even concerts like Welcome to Rockville. Daytona International Speedway isn't just a racetrack, it's a symbol of vision, of pushing limits, and of motorsport's ability to captivate audiences. It has witnessed record-breaking speed runs, bitter rivalries, emotional victories, and heartbreaking losses. From its origins on the sands of Daytona Beach to the modern, world-class venue it is today, the Speedway embodies the spirit of racing. And as long as engines roar and fans fill the grandstands, Daytona will remain at the heart of motorsport history. This is the history of Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing.